We're going to have to let you go now and try to reestablish communication a little bit later because your line is really so bad. We're missing every other word, and you're making good points, but I can hear them in the headphones maybe, but people listening on the radio can't. So we'll try to get you back on a better line and see if we can continue our discussion. But, the bottom line is, these waiver deals, I think in the Giants case, Dave Gettleman's philosophy is, all right, when I set my 53-man roster on Saturday, there are some guys that are comme ci, comme ça, which means maybe not guys I love, but guys who, because I don't have any better, they're on the team. And if you have a very strong scouting staff, scouting pro players from other teams, and you believe through watching film or watching these guys play in person that they're that good, that, they're an upgrade, even a slight upgrade over what you got, you go for it. Now, the danger in that approach is that these guys have not played with your team, so they don't know the signals and everything. And I think we've got Connor back on a better line. But what I was saying is that, when you take the Giant approach where you bring in 6 guys who never practiced and played with your team, it's going to take them a while to acclimate themselves. They haven't had training camp with your team. They don't know the verbiage. They don't know the signals. So you can't count on them for the first week or two, I would imagine, right, Connor?
Yeah, something like that.
Right now, the Van Wyck, Grand Central, LIE, everything around the Two Gardens Interchange looks good. Now, we do have a little bit of a slowdown in Brooklyn on the inbound Gowanus as you make your way into the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. And we also have the West Indian American Day Parade going on. So Eastern Parkway, that is shut down between Grand Army Plaza and also Howard Boulevard. Now, the parade is yet, but the closures are in place. We'll take it over to the FDR Drive and the West Side Highway, looking pretty good, and no problems right now to tell you about. But the forecast from the WCBX Weather Center is up now.
And it looks like we'll have occasional sunshine today. We'll have a high of 88, but it'll feel like the mid-90s this afternoon. Warm and humid tonight, low 78 in Midtown, closer to 70 in most suburbs. High and humid tomorrow with mostly sunny skies. 92, but it'll still feel closer to 100, up to 89 for Wednesday with sunshine and a few clouds, feeling like the mid-90s.
Thank you. Right now, we have lots of sunshine in New York City, 78 degrees. WCBS News Time, 9:30. More than just the headlines. This is WCBS News Radio 880. Tropical storm warnings have been issued for parts of South Florida and the Florida Keys. Revelers out in force in the wee hours of the morning to get the West Indian Day party started. 10 people have been shot at an apartment complex in Southern California. Gunshots rang out at a racetrack in San Diego by an angry man over sold-out tickets to a concert. The New York Giants waive quarterback Davis Webb. It's sunny 78 on this Monday, September 3rd. Good morning, I'm Tanya Hansen. It's 9:31. CBS News Update. Storm warnings are up this morning for parts of South Florida and the Florida Keys after Golden was upgraded more than an hour ago. The storm surge watch has also been posted along a portion of the Mississippi-Alabama border. Tropical storm warning, 60-mile-per-hour winds by tomorrow night. Obviously, the wind will be a concern, but it's more the heavy rain and the surge that will push those waves and those waters into the Gulf Coast. WBZ TV meteorologist Danielle Niles. Tropical storm warnings are in effect from Mobile to Biloxi, down through New Orleans and over towards the central portion of the Louisiana coastline. In Mississippi, Harrison County Emergency Management Director Rupert Lacey says they're getting ready.
We've had self-serve sandbag locations set up since Friday in anticipation, and we're adding a few more of those.
Tropical storm Gordon is centered 20 miles west of Key Largo, 85 miles southeast of Marco Island right now. Maximum sustained winds of 45 miles an hour. CBS News Update. I'm Deborah Rodriguez. WCBS News Time 9:32. Caribbean Pride in Brooklyn at the West Indian Day Parade. WCBS reporter Kelly Waldron stopped by the pre-dawn Juve celebration in Crown Heights. Donning her red, white, and black Trinidad flag around her neck and clothing to match, Michelle hit the streets of Brooklyn to celebrate Juve, the pre-dawn kickoff to the West Indian Day festivities, which started in Trinidad in the 1800s when slaves were emancipated.
This is our day, everybody else has their day, this is our day, we just can't have fun.
Unfortunately, violence has plagued this event in the past, so the NYPD stepped up security, creating 13 protected entry points, added lighting towers, and high-definition security cameras along the route. A Trinidad native, Ken tells me he wouldn't have missed it this year.
I don't come often, but I thought it was important to come be supportive and just share some positive energy and be a role model for our young people.
In Brooklyn, Kelly Waldron, WCBS News Radio 880. A shooting at a San Bernardino apartment complex in Southern California leaves nearly a dozen people injured. CBS's Steve Futterman reports.
It all took place last night, just before 11 o'clock, 60 miles east of L.A.
Right now we have a total of 10 victims. 3 of those are extremely critical.
That's Rich Lawhead with the San Bernardino police. According to authorities, people had gathered outside in a common area when suddenly there was gunfire.
Officers arrived on scene. We had multiple victims down. It was a very chaotic scene. The crowd was uncooperative.
At the moment, police say they do not have a suspect or a motive. Steve Futterman, CBS News.
Chaos at a racetrack near San Diego. People ran for cover when a man started shooting yesterday. He was apparently angry. The tickets were sold out to an Ice Cube concert that was set to be held there later Sunday evening. This witness was in earshot.
You hear one shot go off, and everyone's talking, and right there, dead in its tracks, the conversation stops. And next thing you know, you hear like 6 or 7 shots just back to back. It was terrifying. Everyone was hiding behind stuff.
The suspect was shot by a sheriff's deputy. He was taken to a hospital. No one else was hurt. The search continues for 4 people missing since Saturday's head-on boat collision on the Colorado River at the California-Arizona border. CBS's Maria Villarreal reports. All 16 people were ejected. Passing boaters were pulling people from the water, and fire officials say the currents were so strong, some rescues were happening between 3 and 5 miles from the accident site. In all, 9 people were taken to local hospitals and treated. 1 was flown to Las Vegas in critical condition. Fire officials investigating tell us that speed and the lack of daylight were factors in this accident. Both boats sank. The Mojave County Sheriff's Office says none of the boaters were wearing life vests. Priceless relics are gone after a fire tore through Brazil's National Museum in Rio de Janeiro. CBS's Vicki Barker reports.
The flames towered high above Brazil's 200-year-old National Museum. It's feared everything inside is lost. Our history, our science, our culture was stored here, this curator says, and not just Brazil. From the oldest human skeleton ever found on the continent to fossils and pre-Columbian treasures, the museum's millions of artifacts comprise one of the world's most important collections of natural history and anthropology. Vicki Barker, CBS News.
2 Reuters journalists have been sentenced to 7 years in prison by a court in Myanmar. The journalists were found guilty of illegal possession of official documents. They were arrested while reporting on the brutal crackdown against Rohingya Muslims. Reuters Asia regional editor Kevin Krolicki was in court.
There's no question all of them chose to were singled out for their reporting. The evidence at trial, including testimony by a police officer who was called in as a prosecution witness, established that this was an attempt to set them up, to entrap them, and to shut down their reporting on in Rakhine State just over a year ago.
Britain's ambassador says the verdict has undermined media freedom in Myanmar. Dan Chubb called for the journalists to be released. It's 9 9:36. This is WCBS on the air at 880 and on demand only on the radio.com app. Download it now and take us with you.
We know that replacing your home's windows and doors can seem overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. Experts at Windows and Doors Inc. in Compton Plains, New Jersey, guide you.
Homeowners who value design, quality, and energy efficiency turn their trust to Marvin Windows and Doors. Whether you're replacing or remodeling, choose Marvin or Integrity from Marvin, made with Ultrex fiberglass. You'll find the perfect selection of styles built to the highest standards of quality. With an unparalleled level of support, you can feel confident knowing you're making the right choice. Visit your independent Marvin dealer, where selecting your windows and doors has never been easier.
Windows and Doors Inc. knows that trust is key when replacing your windows and doors. That's why we offer Marvin Windows and Doors at Integrity from Marvin. Visit WDINJ.com and get $500 off the installation of Marvin Windows or Doors. Limited time only. Ask for details. HIC number 13BH04525000.
We've all heard of or been affected by the same story. Mom and dad are home alone, in need of care and companionship. They need help bathing and with medications, grocery shopping, and meal preparation while wanting to maintain their independence. But you work and have your own family and obligations. Link Home Care provides professional, comprehensive, quality care to seniors 24 hours a day, right in the comfort of their own home. With Link Home Care, they believe every individual deserves a care plan tailored to their specific needs. Link Home Care takes the extra step in matching the personalities of caregivers and clients to best assure security, serenity, and trust. Link Home Care utilizes a team-centered approach, which involves both the family and healthcare professionals. Let Link Home Care improve and maintain a higher quality of life for the ones you love. Westchester, Nassau, Rockland, and Putnam counties. Set up your free consultation today. Visit linkhomecare.com. That's linkhomecare.com. Link Home Care, linking you and your health at home.
WCBS News Time 9:38. Traffic and weather together, sponsored by Link Home Care Services. Here's Sue Aller.
All right, Tanya, well, we do have some beachgoers this morning on the Robert Moses Causeway southbound. Starting to see a lot of delays heading towards the beach, but still doing okay. Heading towards Jones Beach, and that's on the Wantar and the Meadowbrook Parkway, and the Loop Parkway is now down from the up position, so you're good to go. Now, in Brooklyn, I do have a couple of problems. Just some volume on the inbound Gowanus by the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel, but I just spotted a crash, and this happens to be on the Prospect eastbound right around Ocean Avenue. Now, keep in mind, you also have Eastern Parkway shut down for the West Indian American Day Parade, so that's closed between Grand Army Plaza and also Howard Avenue, and that'll be basically closed for the rest of the day for the parade and then clean up afterwards, but everything else is in pretty decent shape. However, I do have one problem on Metro North. We've got about 15-minute delays on the Waterbury branch. Metro North is also on a Sunday schedule. What is also on a Sunday schedule, that's the subways and the buses and New Jersey Transit. LIRR is a holiday schedule, and PATH trains are on a Saturday schedule. All inside parking rules and meter rules suspended citywide, and our next report in less than 10 minutes on WCBS.
Now we're checking with WCBS forecast. Here's meteorologist Matt Rindy.
Very warm and humid today with clouds breaking for occasional sunshine. High 88, but with the humidity, we'll feel closer to the mid-90s this afternoon. Partly cloudy, warm and humid tonight. Low down to 78 in Midtown, 70 in most suburbs. Hot and humid tomorrow with mostly sunny skies. High up to 92, but with the humidity again, it will feel closer to 100 in the afternoon. Sunshine, very warm and humid on Wednesday. High 89.
Right now, 78 degrees. We have sunshine in Central Park, 79 in Westbury, 81 in Union, 81 on Staten Island. WCBS News Time, 9:40.
I'm Stephen Greenberg, talking about your next job. Among the many contributions that New York City has made to our country, one of the most welcome has to be Labor Day. A century ago, many Americans worked 7 days a week and 12 hours a day and faced brutal working conditions. Workers began unionizing to gain bargaining power, and a proposal was made for a monster labor festival in early September. And on September 5th, 1882, 10,000 workers took unpaid time off to march from City Hall to Union Square in New York City, holding the first Labor Day parade in U.S. history. Other cities around the country eventually joined the movement, leading to the creation of a federal holiday in 1894. Losing the power and influence, just 10% of all workers across the country are unionized. The working conditions today are immeasurably better than they were a century ago. and many laborers can look forward to sleeping late for at least one weekday a year. With your next job, I'm Stephen Greenberg, WCBS News Radio 880.
Every day, New York City makes capital investments in its parks, bridges, roads, and schools. So the New York continues to be a great place to live, work, and visit. You can invest in New York City, too. The New York City Transitional Finance Authority will offer tax-exempt bonds to individual investors on Tuesday, September 4th, and Wednesday, September 5th. The interest on these tax-free municipal bonds is exempt from federal, New York State, and New York City personal income taxes. The bonds are backed by the personal income tax and sales tax revenues of the city of New York. Investing in New York City Transitional Finance Authority bonds helps build and improve this great city. Contact your financial advisor or broker for more information about investing in New York City Transitional Finance Authority bonds. This advertisement is not an offer to sell or a solicitation of an offer to buy bonds. Bonds may only be purchased through a broker. Please review carefully the preliminary offering circular which we offer.
Add us to your flash briefing or ask your smart speaker to play WCBS 880. It's 9:42. Now sports first. Here's John Fass.
Well, Sunday was a mixed bag for the local baseball teams yesterday. The Yankees dropped an 11-7 decision to the Tigers at the stadium. Lance Lynn took the loss, 6 runs, 9 hits over 3 2/3. The Yanks are still 7.5 games behind the Red Sox in the East. And their lead over the A's for the top wild card is 4.5 games. Oh, by the way, Yankees and A's beginning a 3-game series in Oakland this afternoon. Mets, meanwhile, making it 2 out of 3 in San Francisco with a 4-1 win over the Giants. With Syndergaard struck out 11 and went the distance on a 2-hit. His first career complete game. Michael Conforto's 20th home run, a 2-run shot in the second was offense the Mets would need. The Giants have released backup quarterback Davis Webb, a third-round pick in the 2017 draft. And half of the quarterfinal matchups are set at the U.S. Open. Serena Williams will play Karolina Pliskova. Sloane Stephens will take on Anastasia Sevastova. Rafael Nadal meets up with Dominic Thiem. John Isner will battle Juan Martín Del Potro. The rest of the quarterfinal pairings will be decided later today. With sports first at 12:42 past every hour, I'm John Fass.
At Dell, we know running a small business takes hard work. As a thank you, during the Dell annual sale, we're offering up to 40% off select PCs with Intel Core processors and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call C77 by Dell to speak with a small business technology advisor today. That's C77 by Dell. Special financing available to qualified business customers when using Dell Business Credit. Go to Dell.com/PBC promos for details.
Dr. Bob Arnold for Salon Class. I'm training for the world's most grueling paddleboard race. 32 miles of open ocean, high winds and surf. Naturally, I get a lot of muscle pain. 50 years in medicine has taught me what to look for in a pain reliever. Powerful, targeted, non-addictive, and available without a prescription. I found it in Salon Paws Lidocaine Plus. It has 2 powerful antibiotics that numb nerve right where it hurts. Salon Paws gives me relief.
This flu season, one Walgreens flu shot can make a world of difference. So you can protect yourself and also your close talking coworkers, high-fiving neighbors, 2-month-old me. That's why Walgreens and Duane Reade have specially trained pharmacists that have provided over 60 million flu shots since 2010. Stop by for your flu shot today with a $0 copay with most insurance. Because protecting the world starts with protecting yours. Walgreens. Since 1901. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
Living and working in New York, we're used to the best. That's why when you're in New York City, you need to visit Icon Parking. Our prompt premier service will help you get where you need to go. Visit us today at iconparking.com or download our app, Icon Go. Icon, we park New York.
You're never more than 15 minutes from the big stories on WCBS. Good morning, I'm Tanya Hunt. 3 things to know at 9:45. One, the NYPD identifies 43-year-old Julio Mendez as the suspect in an attempted rape at an East Village building. 2, a suspected MS-13 gang member is being held on $500,000 bail on charges he raped an 11-year-old Brooklyn girl. 3, ancient relics have been lost in a devastating fire at Brazil's 200-year-old National Museum. President Trump is marking Labor Day with some tweets. The president ranks the American worker is doing better than ever before. He also touted record low unemployment. He spent much of the weekend sending out tweets.
Specifically not invited to the memorial service for John McCain and implicitly and sharply criticized by his two predecessors and McCain's daughter Megan, President Trump has been spending much of the holiday weekend at his suburban golf course and tweeting familiar now and then. This coming week, Washington's focus will be the Senate hearings for Brett Kavanaugh, Mr. Trump's latest choice for the Supreme Court.
The confirmation hearings for Brett Kavanaugh begin tomorrow. New York is suing President Trump over the response to Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico. Governor Cuomo accuses the federal government of not doing enough.
Democracy equal protection under the law. They got a different level of care in Texas and Florida and other states. That's not just wrong, it's illegal.
Puerto Rico's government has raised the death toll of Hurricane Maria to 2,975 people. A protester yelled, "Shame on you," during Sunday Mass as the Archbishop of Washington, D.C. addressed the clergy. CBS's Nikki Batista has more.
The disruption came when World asked the congregation to keep Pope Francis in their prayers. After the interruption during his Sunday sermon, Cardinal Donald Wuerl apologized for how he and the Catholic Church handled the clergy sexual abuse scandal. This month, a Pennsylvania grand jury report found more than 300 Catholic priests used more than 1,000 children since 1947 in 6 state dioceses. Wuerl was not accused of misconduct, but he did oversee the diocese during the time several abuses occurred. Wuerl has faced calls to resign since the grand jury report revealed abuses that occurred during his time as head of the Pittsburgh Diocese. WCBS News Time, 9:48. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 8s. Here's Sue Aller. All right, well, we still have a couple of problems out there, not too many. Just a lot of volume traveling on the inbound side of the Gowanus by the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel, and we did have an accident on the Prospect right around Ocean Avenue, but it looks like that was cleared away. Now, also in Brooklyn, we do have Eastern Parkway shut down for the West Indian Day Parade, so that's between Grand Army Plaza and also Howard Boulevard. Now, if you're heading towards the beaches, right now, no delays getting to Jones Beach, but boy, you're just jammed on the Robert Moses Causeway southbound heading towards the Robert Moses Beach. Your drive through New Jersey is pretty good right now. We're not seeing any kind of slowdowns or delays to tell you about on the Grand Central Parkway, the Turnpike, heading towards the Jersey Shore. 36 looks good. Right now, you're in great shape on 71. We're going to take it up to Connecticut, and your Connecticut roadways also looking pretty good right now on the Merritt Parkway, and no problems to tell you about on 95. Inbound side of George Washington Bridge, Lincoln and Holland Tunnels, they're also in great shape. Alternate site parking rules and also meter rolls suspended today citywide, and our next report in less than 10 minutes on WCBS.
Maria, I guess, Matt Rindy, we've got to be prepared for a hot week.
Very warm and humid today with clouds breaking for occasional sunshine. High 88, but it'll feel like it's in the mid-90s this afternoon. Partly cloudy, warm and humid tonight. Low 78 in Midtown, closer to 70 in most suburbs. Tomorrow, hot and humid with mostly sunny skies. High 92, but again, with the humidity, it'll feel closer to 100 in the afternoon. Sunshine, very warm and humid on Wednesday. High 89 to begin, and it feels like it's in the mid-90s. Thursday, hot and humid with sun and clouds, along with a thunderstorm in the afternoon on a high of 91. And then much cooler on Friday with clouds and sunshine, a shower or thunderstorm around, and a high of 79.
Right now, 78 sunny in Central Park, 78 in New Rochelle, 79 in Wisconsin. WCBS News Time, 9:50. The man best known for his mustard belt has another championship.
Competitive eating titan Joey Chestnut has downed 206 buffalo chicken wings in 12 minutes to notch a repeat win in an annual championship in, where else, Buffalo, New York. The National Buffalo Wing Festival happens every Labor Day weekend, and the man who took second place came close, eating 194 wings. Chestnut of San Jose, California, is best known for his wins in the Nathan's famous July 4th hot dog eating contest in Brooklyn. Matt Piper, CBS News.
Hollywood is firing back over an attempt to shame a former Cosby Show actor who is now bagging groceries at a Trader Joe's.
Would you, Dr. Huxtable, like some coffee?
Coffee?
Yeah, coffee.
You mean you're going to get it?
Yeah.
Actor Jeffrey Owens is best known as Elvin Thibodeau on The Cosby Show. Actor Blair Underwood tweeted, "There's no shame in good, honest, hard work. Better Sing star Pamela Alblond tweeted, "It's about the work. Work gives you pride and purpose." Brooklyn 911 star Terry Crews tweeted that he swept floors after retiring from the NFL. He said, "If need be, I'd do it again. Good, honest work is nothing to be ashamed of." WCBS News Time, 9:51. Now the good life from CNBC.
Mercedes-Benz introduces its new EQC electric vehicle tomorrow. It's an SUV that will look remarkably like any other, except it will be entirely electric. Mercedes has been teasing about the vehicle for months, even putting out a video of what parts of it might look like. But it's what's under the hood that gearheads will be most interested in. The EQC will be equipped with 2 battery packs that can take this car up to 310 miles on a single charge. There'll be 2 electric motors on the front and rear axles that Mercedes says will take the vehicle from 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds. Now, the timing of tomorrow's event may seem odd for a car that's not due out until next year, but Mercedes' big show comes just a week before Audi rolls out its own electric SUV. Some things to watch for: a front-end grille on a vehicle that doesn't need one. A feature Mercedes hopes will bring in more old-school buyers. With the Good Life Report, I'm Tyler Matheson, CNBC for WCBS News Radio 880.
Tuesday morning when the traffic returns.
Traffic and weather together update this morning. It's not a great welcome back.
Only one station has eyes on traffic.
Delays at least 3 to 4 miles now either way.
From Spot Hero, Chopper 880.
We're loaded up in Nassau on the LIE westbound.
Tuesday morning and every morning. Depend on WCBS News Radio 880.
With Labor Day savings at the Home Depot, buy Spectracide Bug Stop with AccuShot Sprayer and get a free refill. Great news for you, bad news for bugs. Bug Stop kills bugs on contact, indoors and out, and can even protect your home for up to a year. And a free refill is even more of a good thing. Unless you're a bug. Get a free refill with purchase of Spectracide Bug Stop with AccuShot Sprayer. Labor Day savings now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Limit 2 per customer. Selection varies by store and store only.
We're all looking for that special someone who really gets us, who understands all of our moods and quirks, who knows that deep down we love singing along the late 2000s girl power anthems as much as early 90s slow jams. With Spotify, that's exactly what we are. Playlists that get you because they're made just for you. And the more you listen, the better we get at helping you discover music you'll love. So download the free app today and find your perfect playlist. Listen now for free on Spotify.
Yes, sir. Take a look at that. You built a beautiful building, sir. What else do you see? Construction job. I need all of that gone before tomorrow. Happy to help, sir. First, you gotta get started. Turn around. Take a look at where you were pointing. It's gone. And we work until midnight, 7 days a week. It's there in your truck. When you want junk to disappear, all you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
Depression and suicidal thinking can happen to any of us, but for too long, many have kept silent about these issues. On Sunday, September 9th, the start of National Suicide Prevention, let's end the stigma of talking about mental health. Join us for a national conversation called I'm Listening, featuring Olympian Michael Phelps, members of the band Pearl Jam, singer Alessia Cara, and more. 7 a.m. Sunday morning, September 9th. For more, visit imlistening.org. I'm Listening. Take a minute. Save a life.
It's not just black mold. All indoor molds are a health hazard and cause a wide variety of problems. Get your home or workplace tested. Visit rtkenvironmental.com.
Tropical Storm Gordon takes aim at Florida. More in 5 minutes. Now at 9:55. It's Money News on WCBS from the Ring Central Money Desk. Here's Bloomberg's Jenna Dagenhart. U.S. hospitals have been closing at a rate of about 30 a year, and the pace of shutdowns could accelerate over the next 18 months. Morgan Stanley looking at 6,000 U.S. hospitals found that 8% are at risk of closing and another 10% are considered weak. One factor, analyst Zach Sobchak says people are using hospitals less.
It can be because of their coverage has more of a high deductible component where they don't necessarily have the financial incentive to go to a hospital.
Some are turning to telemedicine like MD and Live, and insurers are also incentivizing patients to use low-cost alternatives.
Such as CVS Minute Clinic or we've seen a rise in urgent care centers.
Sobchak adds that hospitals closing doesn't necessarily mean less care, but rather more efficient care.
If you think about the overall goal of the managed care companies, whether they be publicly traded ones like EdHealth or some of the nonprofits like any of the Blue Cross Blue Shields, is that they're looking to reduce medical costs and to make care more efficient, convenient for the individual.
With Money News at 25 and 55 on WCBS, I'm Bloomberg's Jenna Dagenhart.
Accidents don't usually happen on your schedule. How? Neither does getting sick. That's why at Hackensack Meridian Health, we're taking quality care and convenience to new levels with an exceptional network of services focused on you, from primary care to walk-in clinics, just around the corner, to urgent care centers that are open late. Our emergency departments offer unmatched expertise for the more serious stuff. And with 24/7 virtual care, you can talk to a doctor anytime, anywhere, from your smartphone or computer. With so many locations and options to choose from, Hackensack Meridian Health is your gateway to better health and a better healthcare experience. For outstanding care you can trust, simply call, click, or come on in. Get connected at hackensackmeridianhealth.org/getcare. Hackensack Meridian Health. Life years ahead.
At Dell, we know running a small business takes hard work. As a thank you, during the Dell annual sale, we're offering up to 40% off select PCs with Intel Core processors and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call 877-BUY-DELL to speak with a small business technology advisor today. That's 877-BUY-DELL. Special financing available to qualified business customers and using Dell Business Credit. Go to Dell.com/PBC promos for details.
You sit at a desk. They sit at a desk. You have sales reports. They have book reports. You need supplies. They need supplies. In many ways, business is a lot like school. That's why your small business should take advantage of back-to-school deals available now at Staples. Like this week, buy one ream of Staples brand copy paper, then get a second one absolutely free. Make back-to-school your business right now at your local Staples store.
While supplies last. Offer ends 9/8/18. In-store only. WCBS News Time 9:58. Traffic and weather together on the 8th. Here's Sue Alba. All right, not a whole lot going on, but we do have some beachgoers today on the southbound side of the Robert Moses Causeway heading down to the beach. So that's a little bit slow, and you have some volume delays, and that's on the inbound Gowanus Expressway up to the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. But you're looking good at the George Washington Bridge, Lincoln and Holland tunnels. Your East River crossings are also in really decent shape. Alternate side parking rules, meter rules, all suspended today citywide. And now the forecast from the WCBS Weather Center.
Very warm and humid today. We'll have clouds with occasional sunshine. High 88, but it'll feel closer to the mid-90s this afternoon. Partly cloudy, warm and humid tonight. Low 78 in Midtown, near 70 in most suburbs. Hot and humid tomorrow with mostly sunny skies. High 92.
Right now, 81 degrees in New York.
This is WCBS, WCBS HD, and WCBS FM HD2 New York.
Juve revelers fill the streets of Crown Heights, Brooklyn. Heat and humidity is back. We're under a heat advisory from noon until 9 p.m. tomorrow. South Florida is bracing for drenching rains from Tropical Storm Gordon. A teenage girl plunges to her death from a fifth-floor fire escape in Tribeca. The NYPD is looking for an East Village man wanted for an attempted rape. The New York Giants waive quarterback Davis Webb. The Mets win, the Yankees lose. It's sunny and 81 degrees on Monday, September 3rd. Good morning, I'm Tanya Hansen. CBS News covers the world next. More than just the headlines. This is WCBS News Radio 880. It's 10 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by TheraWorks Relief.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Labor Day weekend is officially a washout in South Florida as the National Hurricane Center upgrades Gordon to a tropical storm. Warnings and a storm surge watch are in effect.
I'm Jim Crisula. Tropical Storm Gordon is expected to dump very heavy rain across much of the deep south and parts of the southeast well into the week. Brian Adam is Emergency Management Director for Hancock County and coastal Mississippi.
Just getting prepared, getting sandbags ready, getting sand locations ready. So that's what we need to do.
Flood watches are posted for parts of Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas ahead of Tropical Storm Gordon.
Police in San Bernardino, California say 10 people are wounded, 3 in critical condition after a shooting outside an apartment complex where people were playing a game of dice last night. Paris Nickleby was there.
There's a lot of ghost signs. Like, it's like I can't even count it, you know, like, it's scary. You know, I've just been out here just, you know, like spring.
There have been no arrests and no one at the scene has been willing to name a suspect. At the Del Mar racetrack in San Diego,
You hear one shot go off, and everyone's talking, and right there, dead in its tracks, the conversation stops, and next thing you know, you hear, bah, 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 like 6 or 7 shots just back to back. It's terrifying.
witnesses describing what happened when a man opened fire in the crowd after he found out no more tickets available for a concert by the rapper Ice Cube. Police shot the gunman, no word on his condition. One of the drawbacks of the low unemployment rate, skilled workers to answer help wanted ads. So companies are trying something new. Live to CBS's Vicki Barker.
With unemployment nearing an 18-year low and manufacturing job vacancies at a 17-year high, the Wall Street Journal reports companies are investing in the workers they already have, retraining less educated employees for more sophisticated tasks. The National Association of Manufacturers says 2/3 plan to increase training in the next year, something that will please President Trump. In July, he signed an executive order encouraging companies to do just that. Deborah.
The UK is calling for the immediate release of 2 Reuters reporters sentenced to 7 years in jail in Myanmar today for reporting on the government crackdown on Rohingya Muslims. Phil Robertson is with Human Rights Watch.
Today is a sad day for Myanmar, Uyghur journalists, well-known in Chasilu, and the press everywhere.
Abu Dhabi's Department of Culture and Tourism has just postponed display of a $450 million masterpiece by Leonardo da Vinci. There was controversy when Salvator Mundi was sold to a secret buyer, reportedly acting on behalf of the Saudi Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman. This is CBS News.
To experience relief from foot and leg cramps, use TheraWorks Relief. Get TheraWorks Relief today in the pain relief aisle at your local pharmacy. Ask your pharmacist for TheraWorks Relief.
More news, more offers. This is WCBS News Radio 880, a radio.com station. Sunny, 81 degrees. A heat advisory goes in effect at noon today. We're expecting lots of humidity and sunshine, a high of 88, but it'll feel like it's in the 90s. WCBS News Time 10:03, Juve revelers in Brooklyn. West Indian Day, lots of police lining the streets, too.
We are at work. There's a good chance that it's a relaxed work atmosphere. I can tell you that's the case here at the Fan today. I'm here mostly on the weekends, but I do from time to time come in during the middle of the week, fill in, give a helping hand, be the hero over at CBS Sports Radio. And the amount of traffic out in front of the building, cool, I'm good with that. As long as you, one of my buddies, pick up the phone and dial me at some point today, we'll have some good conversation. I've got you going for the next 3 hours. Then Simo, Chris Moore, comes in and he'll take you up to Yankee baseball against the A's. Yankees got on a big old jet plane after the game yesterday, flew out to the West Coast, and they take on the Oakland A's, the team they will most likely be playing in the postseason this year. Now, you want a prediction out of me? I think the A's will have to come east to take on the Yankees, but I might be willing to change that prediction, say, by Saturday when I get on the Fan here again. I'll be on Saturday afternoon with Gary Myers, as a matter of fact. You all know Gary for years and years and years with the Daily News. He and I are going to do an NFL preview show together on Saturday from 1 to 5. Who knows? And Gary's a big baseball fan, by the way, so fear not. We will talk baseball on Saturday, too. Gary's more of a Mets fan, but the Yankees will be the main topic of conversation if we're somehow diverting our attention from the NFL. And it depends on how things go this week out in Oakland. But before we get to these 3 games coming up against the A's across the country, yesterday's game, listening to the Fan, I was here yesterday, although I wasn't on a Fan, as on CBS Sports Radio, listened to a lot of the Fan on my way home yesterday, and driving in today, listening to Richard filling in for Boomer Gio. I'm picking up an elevated level. Yes, they lost to the Detroit Tigers, who are having a pretty damn bad season. The lineup is debilitated. They got a
couple of quadruple A players that they're force feeding into their lineup on an everyday basis. I get all of that. But they're a major league team that came in here to try and beat the Yankees, and they did yesterday. Kudos to Ryan Gardner's guys for finding a way to win a couple of games at the stadium. The Yankees were without their manager. Should Aaron Boone have taken it as far as he did the day before, trying to get his team pumped up? Well, worked on that given day, but then he had to face a one-game suspension because of it. Was there or wasn't there contact with the brim of his cap when he yelled at the umpire? Who knows? I've seen the video. It was damn close. He might hit him. He might not hit him. It's one game. Josh Bard is supposed to be able to hold down the fort for one game. The way the Yankees run things these days anyway, with it being a collaborative effort with the executives having hands-on information being fed to the manager and influencing his decisions on a day-in, day-out basis, it isn't like Josh was handed the keys to the car and said, yeah, drive nuts, do whatever you want. He probably had an entire layout game plan with all the suggestions ready for him before the game ever started. He decided to make Giancarlo Stanton's off day a true off day and did not use him. There were a couple of pinch-hitting situations where he could have chosen to use him against a right-hand pitcher, and he went with lefties instead. But Giancarlo Stanton, and Greg Bird's Greg Bird, and Neil Walker's Neil Walker. Yeah, you could question some of his moves. I think he stayed a little too long with Lance Lynn to start the game. They went to a Major League debut guy in a game where the score was still reasonably close, and rather than bring in any one of the other members that they have in a very deep pen, there are some strategical decisions made by the Bard in the Bronx yesterday that you can question. But it all comes back to this for me. It's one game. I get it. It's at the tail end of a disappointing homestand where the Yankees finished below 500 against two teams that are very well below 500 during the season. And they didn't boost your confidence in this homestand that, damn, once we get to October, watch out. Doesn't matter whether we're wild card or not. The Red Sox had this homestand to the Detroit Tigers either. The only thing, and I mean this wholeheartedly, the only really significant piece of information, decision, feeling that I have coming out of that game yesterday is, for those of you who thought Lance Lynn may be able to pitch his way into the four-man rotation that the Yankees will be using in the postseason, chances are that's not happening. Now, I'm not even going to go 100%. I'm going to go 95. Lance Lynn could pitch famously in the 4 more starts he has between now and the end of the year, 5 most, and he could look great, and he could change my opinion and the Yankees' opinion. There is always the potential for the other 4 pitchers, and they are Severino, CC Sabathia, J. Happ, and, who am I forgetting? Oh, Tanaka, to falter. I don't think any of those 4 things are happening. I assume that Severino, if anything, will pick it up again. Tanaka's been fine. You can make an argument Tanaka's been the best Yankee pitcher over the last 6 weeks. CC and J. Happ have been dynamite since his acquisition. I don't think those guys are going to falter, so I don't think they're going to open up an avenue to Lynn to walk back through. There's also the possibility of injury. Any one of those 4 guys can go down. And I would tell you, as of the way Lynn has pitched of late, if Sonny Graham gets another start and can have a big outing, he might be able to pitch himself back into that mix. Right now, he would be the 6th of the Yankee starters, Sonny Graham. Could he weasel his way into 5 yet? Not impossible. And then comes injury, and does he get into the 4? Also not impossible. I'm still trying to get Sonny Gray into the postseason. But chances are it's going to be the 4. It's going to be Tanaka, CC, and Happ.
Lance Lynn pitching poorly yesterday and getting rocked around by a questionable Detroit lineup does nothing to change my opinion on the Yankees. They go out to Oakland. That's a 3-game set. They need to win a minimum of 1. You can't get swept. Because if you get swept, now you open up the door. Now the A's start to believe in themselves. Now the deficit that the A's are looking at is minimal. If you win 1, the A's only make up 1 game. So that means they're now 3.5 out with 20 plus to play. That's still pretty significant. If you win 2 out of 3, you walk out of there feeling real good about yourself. If you win all 3, you may actually open up the West for debate again and give Seattle a chance to think that they can sneak in there and you can gift wrap the division for Houston. CC against Trevor Cahill today. J-Hop against one of the A's key starters in the second game of this set. Undecided. The A's have not actually named their starter for Tuesday's game. They've had their own fair share of injury problems. And what I will predict right now will be the matchup when these two teams meet. It'll be Yankee Stadium, not the Alameda County Coliseum. But when the A's and the Yankees do battle in the AL wildcard game, I'm going to tell you right now, I think it's going to be Luis Severino against Mike Myers. And those two are scheduled to match up on Wednesday in the final game of the series. So you got a 4 o'clock Eastern start today, and then a couple of 10:05s over the next couple of days for the Yankees. So Yankee fans, I'm going to hit you first. Kudos to Noah Syndergaard. Throws a complete game victory yesterday. His first ever. Got it done in 114 pitches. Dominated the Giants. Only gave up 2 hits. Good for Noah Syndergaard. As a Met fan, she won't be completely pushed to the wayside. We've got Jets and Giants issues. I was here yesterday. I saw it first on Twitter. I saw it before Bobby Uslick did. I'm sitting next to him. I go, hey, you see a say about the Giants? Did they let Davis Webb go? Wasn't he the quarterback of the future? Didn't I sit here on the fan and say, well, the Giants aren't taking a quarterback because maybe they feel really good about Davis Webb? They used a fairly high draft pick on him. Yeah, I know the coach didn't use him, and I decried Coach McAdoo for playing Geno Smith last year. That made no sense whatsoever. I would have liked to see more of Davis Webb. The new executives in charge, and the Giants had some turnover with Gettleman, not a lot, but some, and the new coaching staff all had their chance to look at Davis Webb. I had my chance to look at him in the preseason games. He had one pretty good game where he opened my eyes. He had one game where he was kind of awful. But overall, did I change my opinion of David? No, he's a question mark. They had to answer that question mark, and they made an aggressive answer of letting him go and waiving him yesterday. So, and Kyle Oletta surely didn't jump off the page for me. So, Eli Manning, the Giants put a lot of stock in this offseason when they drafted Mr. Barkley at number 2. And, oh, by the way, I think he's sitting on a good year. I think he's got 2 or 3 years left. You know, I agreed with the Giants with their move not to take a quarterback and take the running back at number 2 because I think Eli's got plenty left in the tank. Well, he better do the thing that Eli's done his entire career, and that's stay healthy. He needs to stay out there on the field for the Giants this season. We got Jets stuff to get into. Who's their starting quarterback? Still don't know. Yeah, right. We'll talk to our buddy Brian Costello a little later in the show. Jody Mackin for Joe and Evan, a 3-hour Labor Day sports schmooze fest, borrowing from my friend Steve Summers. We got the phones going immediately. 877-337-6666. Happy Labor Day. Jody Mackin for Joe and Evan on the Fan.
When you're America's best value, you don't need an overpaid celebrity spokesperson. I mean, even my sister here to tell you about our 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty and a lineup of stylish vehicles like the Sorento, Sportage, Forte, and Optima. See? That wasn't so hard. You know I'm getting paid more than you, right? You're getting paid.
Head to your local Kia dealer today for the America's Best Value Summer Clearance. At least the 2019 Sportage L-Max for $179 a month for 36 months. $34.66 due at signing for qualified lessees. Visit KiaDealer.com to learn more.
Don't tell me you're getting way more than them, too.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. New 2019 Sportage LS 2.4-liter ATF WD 24745 MSRP. MSRP excludes taxes, title, license fees, options, and retailer charges. Actual prices may vary. Lease from Kia Motors Finance and approved credit. Subject to dealer participation. Must take delivery by 9/4/18. Warranties are limited powertrain warranty. See retailer for warranty details.
This is what you've been waiting for. Big model year-end savings at Nissan. Get to the bottom line model year-end event for your last chance to save big on the last of our 2018s. Like Rogue with available Pro Pilot Assist, or Ultima with standard automatic emergency braking, and Titan, backed by America's best limited truck warranty. Don't wait. Choose the 2018 that's right for you and get big savings at Nissan. It's time to stop looking and start driving.
Lease the Rogue family for $159 per month. Or lease the 2018 Nissan Sentra for just $109 per month. Shop your local Nissan store and choosenissan.com today.
But hurry, this event ends soon.
For well-qualified lessees, $29.59 initial payment for 36 months on 2018 Rogue Sport, $35.39 initial payment for 36 months on 2018 Sentra. Excludes tax, title, and license. Disposition fee due at lease end. Take delivery from your dealer stock. See owner's manual for important safety feature information. Call 1-888-858-8319 for limited warranty information and offer details. Ends 9/4/18.
It's the first week of the football season, and now sports betting is legal in New Jersey. Now's the perfect time to check out the easiest, safest, and absolute best way to bet. It's the new online sportsbook from DraftKings. As a trusted leader in daily fantasy and creator of the award-winning app with billions in payouts, DraftKings knows a thing or two about football-inspired payday. Plus, DraftKings is based right here in the U.S., not offshore, so you know your funds are safe and secure. Now there's no need to meet a bookie in the barbershop to bet on sports. With DraftKings Sportsbook, you can bet wherever, whenever. It also offers the largest variety of bets from player props and live bets to futures, parlays, and more. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app or head to DraftKings.com now. Use code WFAN at sign up, and DraftKings will instantly match your first bet up to $200. No gimmicks, no playthrough requirement. Code WFAN only at DraftKings, because life is more fun when you have skin in the game. Restrictions apply. Must be 21 or older. New Jersey only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Well, Paint Design is Benjamin Moore's largest retailer in Westchester and Putnam, and are now in Rockland County. They recently added new stores in Nanuet, Katona, Lewisboro, Ardsley, and 2 in New Rochelle, giving you 17 convenient locations. Wallauer has been a family-owned and operated business since 1921. Wallauer is a one-stop shop for all your paint, hardware, and design needs. Stop by and take advantage of their September-long Benjamin Moore paint sale by getting $10 off Benjamin Moore premium gallons, up to 5 gallons.
If you want to save time and money on parking at the best events in New York this summer, reserve your spot in advance with Spot Hero. From outdoor concerts to dinner in Manhattan, or just a night out of town with friends, Spot Hero has you covered. Simply download the Spot Hero app and type in your destination. Spot Hero will show you the closest parking spots and prices. Then reserve the space you want and use promo code FAN on the Spot Hero app to save $10 off your first spot. That's promo code FAN. The next generation of U.S. soccer is here. Get on board with the rising U.S. men's national team as they take on global giants Brazil at MetLife Stadium September 7th, presented by Liberty Mutual.
At Verizon, we get what it's like to live in the city. It's raining and you're late for a meeting. And the meeting is downtown, but you're uptown, and the only bus you can catch is crosstown. And it's still raining, and the nearest subway station is 3 blocks away. Or is it 4? Now it's raining harder, and it's definitely 4 blocks to the subway, and you're definitely ordering an Uber, as long as you have service. Living in New York deserves the best network, and America's Best Unlimited starts at only $40 a month per line when you get 4 lines. That's right. Talk, text, and stream all the music, shows, and movies you want with 4 lines starting at just $40 a line per month. Not just unlimited, Verizon Unlimited. Visit your local Verizon store or VZW.com for details. Plus taxes and fees, auto pay, and paper-free billing required. In times of congestion, your data may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
It's always good to know someone
one that can hook you up with a deal, right? Well, I'm here for you. I'm going to hook you up with a deal. You've heard me talk about MyPillow for years, mainly because they've improved my sleep dramatically. And now I want to help you feel how I feel, so I'm hooking you up. Go to MyPillow.com right now, and you can get 4 pillows for about the price of a single MyPillow. Go to MyPillow.com, enter the discount code WFAN, and click on the 4-pack special. You get 2 MyPillow premium pillows and 2 Go Anywhere pillows. What's a Go Anywhere pillow, you ask? Well, it's a travel-size MyPillow that allows you to bring that same comfort with you anywhere you go. MyPillow is 100% machine washable and dryable. It comes with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Try it, don't like it, simple, you'll return it. So why buy a single MyPillow when you can get 4? Go to MyPillow.com, click on the 4-pack special, use the discount code WFAN. You can't get the discount without using the code, so call 800-613-2103 or go to MyPillow.com and use the promo code WFAN to get this unbelievable offer.
Great things happen when people use the cloud to work together. At McAfee, we build advanced cybersecurity from device to cloud, so organizations are empowered to invent life-saving cures, smarter investment models, and cleaner energy. Without protected technology, these innovations might never happen. We support fearless innovators who are making our world a better place. McAfee, the device-to-cloud cybersecurity company.
Weight issues and obesity are major causes of most health issues that we see in our country these days. These health consequences are deadly. If you're overweight, it's time to make a change and break away from the norm. NJ Diet is at the cutting edge of weight loss. Check out the satisfied weight loss testimonials at njdiet.com. Go on your lunch break or between meetings to one of your 7 locations. New Jersey Diet uses DNA testing, blood work, hair, saliva. NJ Diet's natural, bioenergetically personalized, healthy weight loss formulas, all part of the package. Patients typically lose 20 to 50 pounds in only 40 days. If you're not satisfied, NJ Diet is contractually obligated to give you your money back. There are no shots, no hormones, no surgeries. NJ Diet has 7 locations throughout New York and New Jersey, now open in White Plains. Doctor supervision is 100% provided every step of the way. Call today, 855-5NJ-DIET, to learn how you can lose 20 to 50 pounds in only 40 days. And remember, healthy living is a lifestyle, and we can only get one shot at this life. Visit njdiet.com. Johnny Mac here for Joe and Evan today on the Fan. We'll start off with the baseball. Got a couple of football points. We already touched on the Giants quarterback situation. The Jets quarterback situation is kind of a joke. Don't get mad at me, Jets fans. I don't mean Sam Darnold's a joke. I'm very excited about the next decade of New York Jets football because of Sam Darnold. But the fact that the coach hasn't named the starting quarterback yet. Really, Todd Bowles? Really, Doug Peterson? There's a couple coaches in the NFL that haven't named their starting quarterback. At least Sean McDermott of the Buffalo Bills today announced that, yes, Nathan Peterman's going to start the opening game. Josh Allen is actually not 100% healthy. If they really wanted to, they're going to force-fed him into the lineup. They traded McCarron the other day, so all signs pointed to Peterman. And they said, yeah, he's going to be our starting quarterback. Do you really think you're putting one over on the opposition? I'm not sure how good the Detroit Lions are going to be. The Jets opening day opponent, the early Monday night game this week. But I do know Matt Patricia's a pretty good defensive mind. Did it all those years for Belichick up there in New England. I don't think you're going to stump him by not specifically saying today that Sam Darnold is starting on Monday night. We've all pretty much kind of figured that out. Now, if he makes a liar out of me, I'll apologize, and then I'll rip him no end, Todd Bowles, if he somehow decides Josh McCown's going to start on Monday night. I'm going to say, I apologize for saying, what the hell were you thinking by not telling us it's Darnold? But then, what the hell were you thinking by starting McCown and not Darnold? The same thing down at Philly. Carson Wentz hasn't been physically cleared yet. He's not going to at this point. The game is Thursday night, but Doug Peterson gets his whistle in a twist because sources say he's already made the decision and it's Nick Foles. So yesterday he had to put the media in its place and say, thanks for putting words in my mouth. I'm not announcing my starting quarterback. Yeah, we know who your starting quarterback is. It's going to be Nick Foles. Do you really believe you're going to gain an advantage by not telling who the starting quarterback is? These are 20 deep coaching staffs that are going to be well prepared for whoever you put out there as the starting quarterback. Yeah, it just gets under my skin a little bit. What can I tell you? 877-337-6666. Let's let the fans be heard. Marty from Westchester first today. Hey, Marty.
Yes, good morning, Jody. Happy holiday to you.
Same to you.
And yes, I was at the stadium yesterday. It was a tough game to endure, but it wasn't just yesterday's game that bothered me. It was just the overall homestand where they went 3-4 against the White Sox and the Tigers. I think, when you play teams like this at home, I mean, the goal is to try to win each series. And Lance Lynn, he just didn't have it. He had over 80 pitches thrown in the fourth inning. And I heard your monologue, obviously, and I have the same thought that you might have regarding Sonny Gray. I mean, if Lance Lynn continues to struggle, I think you might see Sonny Gray back in the rotation.
Right, for the last 20-some-odd games.
Exactly,
and yes, the Yankees do need to solidify their position. You want to cling to the fact that they had a chance to pick up a game on the Red Sox yesterday and missed it. I don't think they're catching the Red Sox, nor do I think they're giving the lead up to the A's. I think it's going to be the Yankees and the A's in October, one-game playoff here. So you got to figure out who's going to start that one yet. I personally think it's going to be Severino. I think it should be Severino. Some people are pointing to the fact that Tanaka has been better over the last 3 or 4 weeks, that CC's been there, done that, veteran. I think it's Severino. I'm not going to not use him because the Twins hit him around a little bit in last year's wild card game. He came back and pitched famously thereafter. And that's what you should be worried about, not who's the fifth guy, Sonny Gray or Lance Lynn.
Right.
Because there really isn't. It's going to have to take a massive surge or a massive collapse for the Yankees to fall from where they're at, which is locked in right now, is hosting the wild card game.
Right. I mean, my concern at this point isn't the Red Sox anymore. I mean, it's just securing that home field. And, now they have to put this homestand behind them. They're obviously on the West Coast now. We'd like to see them take 2 out of 3 from the A's if possible what happened. And Severino lined up for the series. And, maybe we discussed this last week, I believe, we can hold serve and maybe split the 6 games between the A's and Seattle. I think that would be okay, and then move on from there.
Agreed. And if you could dictate which of those 2 series you want to win, it'd be the Oakland one first, because they are certainly the closer of the 2 teams. If you say they're going to go 3-3 in the 6 games, you get against the A's, and you can drop 2 against Seattle. Again, I haven't moved off this in a month now. I think the Yankees are locked in. I think they're locked into hosting the wild card game. I don't think they're catching the Red Sox. I don't think they're going to be caught by the A's. They're not going to go on a win 17 out of 19 streak. They're not going to go on a lose 13 out of 19 losing streak. They'll play above 500 ball, slightly above 500 ball the rest of the way, and that'll lock them in right where they're at right now. Artie from Brooklyn's up on the fan. Hello, Artie.
Hi, Jody.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How about you?
Good. What's on your mind today?
I just want to make a simple point, Jody, and that is about Severino. I play paddleball. I'm an old guy. I've been playing sports all my life, so now part of my life I play paddleball, which is basically handball with a paddle.
Right.
It's still a vigorous game. You get a good workout for your arms, your legs, and so on. But here's the point I wanted to make about Severino. Everybody knows that plays paddleball. Some days you come out, you're hitting the ball is jumping off your paddle. Other days the ball is more slow, more dead. You know what I mean? From yourself. And to me, that's the difference with Severino. Sometimes you see a guy has life on the ball, and sometimes he doesn't. So most of the time, and I think people have made this more complicated than it is, most of the time you need a little rest. If you take an extra day between when you play, your ball starts to move a little faster, it jumps a little more. So instead of them giving this guy a big schedule coming down the stretch,
every once in a while, they should move him back a day. He's a young, strong guy, but still your arm can only throw and fire so many 99-mile-an-hour pitches, no matter who you are. So every now and then, they're making it more complicated. What's wrong with it? What's this? What's that? His arm's a little tired. He wouldn't say it, but his arm is a little better than, you know what I mean? Than when you're starting the season and you're firing the ball like a maniac.
Don't disagree. Despite the lengthy explanation I just gave, that I think the Yankees are locked into where they're in right now, which is hosting the wild card, not catching the Red Sox, not losing out to the A's, and certainly not losing out to the A's and Seattle and falling all the way out of the playoffs. I believe from here on out, their destination has already kind of been predetermined. At least, let me finish. At least mathematically, there are still possibilities. Things could go really badly, and/or things could go well, and the Red Sox could stumble, and you might be able to jump up and end up with the best record in baseball and steal a division in the last week. Until they hit that point, they're going to keep Severino on a regular rotation. He's going to pitch every fifth day. Once it becomes that much more obvious, and I think it's pretty obvious already to me, but when it becomes more obvious because the numbers have dwindled and there are only so many games left and they're up by this amount over the A's and they're back by this amount against the Red Sox, then you can start to get creative. Then you can give a guy an extra day here, an extra day there, and take a little bit of wear and tear off. I agree with you, it's a sound plan, but I'm just telling you I don't think you should expect them to announce that today, because I don't think they're going to. Not until it is more locked in.
I don't think they even need to say it, but I mean to say, once in a while, take the guy out 10 pitches less than you might have, you know what I mean, in the middle of the year. To try to nurse it without making a big announcement, a big statement. Just try to not take the last bit of juice out of the man coming down the stretch.
Now I'm going old school on you, Artie, and you're an old school guy, so you should appreciate this. He's pitched 171 innings to this point. You and I grew up, pitchers pitched 300 innings, 275 and didn't blink. Not a problem. Once every 4 days, not every 5. Pitched 8 or 9 innings in a game, not pulled after 6. We've gotten so soft with our pitches, we protect them so much. Maybe actually using them heavy would help them and build up strength and get them stronger going into the postseason. I understand it's a delicate act, and most teams in baseball are believing in buying into less is more. I lived through more is better, so I'm not ready to just sign off on it. Let's get Lee from New York City up here on the fan before we get our first break in, or our second break in. What do you say, Lee?
Hey, Jody. Good. How you doing? Lifelong Jet fan, former season ticket holder. I appreciate if you just give me a minute here. I see where the Patriots took them less than 24 hours to pick up Chad Henson after the Jets cut him. And I have to question every move this GM and his staff make, whether it's evaluating pro or college